Hello gold farmers, welcome to another goldenrod farming video. Today we'll be taking another look at Zul'Farrak. It had recently been patched, so the coins and the blue items no longer drop. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'd rather not try, but those items no longer drop. However, the glorious set pieces and some of the world drop pieces, like the skull flame, do still drop here. The chance is probably still fairly low. Something probably close to the jade set pieces, so even though we are no longer able to get the coins and the bijous, this dungeon is still actually worth running still. A lot of people were wondering if the coins and bijous would actually sell, and I've had a few up on the auction house and they've not sold, which really isn't that big of a deal considering a lot of us had already assumed that that part of this dungeon would get nerfed. The unobtainable BOEs also don't drop here anymore. However, this is still a really viable place to farm for the glorious set pieces. Not to mention that you still have a chance of getting the jade set pieces, which I got one when I had first ran this instance since the recent patch. And this dungeon also drops a ton of mage weave cloth, which I'm sure a lot of you already know where I'm going with this. I like the mage weave shuffle, and even if you don't want to do the mage weave shuffle, I recommend that you post it on the auction house. I know it's not selling for a whole lot, but you will probably find someone who is looking to either get started on shuffles, which the mage weave shuffle is a real good starter one, or you might find people who are leveling up tailoring and don't really want to spend the gold on all of the sumptuous fur. Where I get a lot of my transmog here is here at the grave. You have a chance of getting gear to drop from the opening the graves along with looting the mobs. So that's always nice to have two possible chances of getting a green. It doesn't take very long to run this instance. I have heard that the orb of deception drops from the graves as well. Whether or not that's true, I'm not sure. A lot of it boils down to RNG, and it looks like I've got the RNG gods on my side right now, because I was able to get 2 blues in one run. Nonetheless, I got one off of a scarab, which I don't believe I've ever seen anything really noteworthy drop off of the scarab, so that's pretty interesting. It is recommended that you run this dungeon starting from the left side and then running up to the graveyard and killing all of the mobs there, opening up the graves, and then killing all of the mobs that you get out of the graves. This will probably be the new go-to dungeon to farm, so I would expect a lot of the BOE blues to decrease in price because they are fairly common. But they are still nice to get. I believe that is all for this guide. Don't forget that Shadowfang Keep and Scarlet Monastery have been patched as well. I've heard Scarlet Monastery might still drop the Scarlet set pieces, however there haven't been any reports of people getting them after Zul'Farrak had been nerfed, so we aren't too sure on that yet. However, a lot of other people are testing out other dungeons, so a lot of it could be there's just not as many people farming Scarlet Monastery right now, and they're looking for more dungeons that are now dropping unobtainable items. Hopefully they will stay. I don't see why Blizzard would take them out of the game again, especially for the people who already have them, because you could easily sell those for probably a couple million, depending on the buyers, and it will a lot of those items will probably be another Wowhead forum where people will post a lot about what unobtainable items they have to try and get people to go over to their server and buy it from them. Anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for more content.